8,240 pounds. This new 27 RLTS Winnebago, this thing's the business. If you're looking to do some traveling as a couple, you want something real nice, very reliable, take care of you, I'm having a hard time thinking of something that fits that description better. If you'd like to see if we have it in stock and available, give us a call or visit the link in our video description that says check for price and availability. You're one click away from seeing what we have in stock, how it's equipped, what we're asking. We don't do hidden dealer fees, by the way. There's a lot to cover on this. I have to move quickly, and I can't possibly cover everything that is to talk about on this RV in one video. So I'm going to try to hit some high points on this. This is a newer floor plan really in the business. It's kind of a revamp of a classic floor plan from about 10 years ago before slide outs were just as prolific as they are. And that's what's kind of cool about this. Winnebago took something old and made it something new, and I like it. It comes in 29 feet 8 inches. It's under that 30-foot mark. And what's cool about this is it works whether you have a truck that's big or a truck that's not. Now, obviously, you need to have a truck with an appropriate tow capacity and payload rating to handle a fifth wheel. And that's kind of a catch-22. With a lot of these fifth wheels that are called half-ton fifth wheels or half-ton towable fifth wheels, they're too much pin weight for the truck's payload capacity. But so that means, okay, so I got to get a 3/4 ton truck. But the problem is, most of these quote half-ton fifth wheels sit too low to the ground for a 3/4 ton truck to hook up to them. That's not the case here. Winnebago actually was going to make that mistake. And then something that we've seen here at Haylett RV, like we also carry Cougar and Open Range and Jayco fifth wheels, and something that's made the Jayco Eagle HT series super successful here is that they have adjustable axle hangers. So it allows them to be married up to 3/4 and 1 ton trucks. And when we mentioned that to Winnebago, they go, oh, that sounds like a really important thing. We're going to do it. And they got it done. This came in on a 1-ton dually, riding about as flat as you could ever imagine it to be, completely unloaded. By the time you load that belly up, it would have been dead on level with right where you want it. So I don't care what size truck you have, assuming you have a truck of at least the minimum capacity to safely handle this, you're going to like it. Now, I have to mention very quickly, and I think I've already put a disclaimer on screen, but this is maybe not the exact one that we have in stock. Like, this has the platinum exterior. There are reds and blues and yellows and whites and champagnes and platinums and different colors, guys. So if the one we have in stock looks different, this video is just here as informational. Now, one thing I do want to say about this fiberglass is there is no one else even remotely close to this category using a diesel pusher T60 true gel coat. This is 2 or 3 grades higher fiberglass than what you typically get in this class. And that extra attention to material details, a trend you'll see recurring over and over and over again through this model. So real quick, just to blast off some things we got here, starting from left to right, we got solar quick connect, we got a separate battery housing with propane on the other side, full pass-through storage with protected docking station, largest in-class water heater. Small fifth wheels normally have a 6-gallon water heater. This is a 10-gallon gas and electric auto ignition fast recharge. So you're going to get more hot water per hour with this thing. And this thing needs a terrible, terrible bath. But even being dirty and filthy, it's still got a pretty high reflectivity quality to it. But I'm telling you guys, I hate when these things come in the winter like this. I know that it's not looking as good as it possibly can, but you have to understand and just tolerate from us a little bit. With the volume of inventory that we carry and where we live in the country, it's not possible for us to like wash everyone and detail everyone before I do this. All that is done. You don't get charged extra at Haylett RV, by the way, for getting an RV clean before you take it home. That's part of that no fees thing that we do here. Couple other high points. This is a very interesting rear U-dinette too, which is something that now that I've seen this, I think they're not the first to do it necessarily, but they're the first to do it in a smaller class that I've seen, and that's what's great. This is a fairly unique floor plan. Winnebago's known for being very high quality, extremely. One of 3 brands that has the most sterling of service records here at Haylett RV, but they're not known for being very original. They're known for looking at something and saying, oh, that's really popular, we can do that and just build it really well. And that works, don't get me wrong, it works great, and they're very, very good at it. But this floor plan is kind of breaking the mold for them, and it's kind of, watching them dip their toes into the originality pond is pretty exciting. You're not going to find a lot of like OSB, structure board, particle board, anything like that. Pretty much anywhere you're going to see what is going to be good quality stuff. This does have a rear towing hitch, not accessory hitch. That's another factor that they borrowed from the Jayco Eagle HT series that we also carry here at Haylitz. This is a 3,000 pound rated with 300 pound tongue rating rear towing hitch, not accessory hitch. Now, oh, I lost my train of thought there. Doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. Oh, the chassis. This is on an NXT chassis, or which is also known as I call it aircraft style chassis. It's a Z frame. So that chassis is lighter weight, but everything I can see is that generally speaking, RVs that are on that chassis have some of the best service records out there. It's not a guarantee, it's a good indicator, but normally that chassis cannot accommodate a rear hitch. Winnebago has their chassis specially custom built to accommodate a rear towing hitch. So they have put a lot of time, effort, and engineering money into this. Now, we do have a fully enclosed heated underbelly. We do have like a heavy, decent insulation package for something this size. You know, it is like, if you want to make an RV, quote, 4 seasons, what you do is you make a multicolor sticker and you slap it on the side, right guys? Now, Winnebago has not specifically cold camp tested this. They've never actually cold chambered it. They're not making false claims. They're not saying we have an R52 garbage roof. They're not making lies, okay? What they're saying is, for general extended season use, our product is going to get by just fine. And for long-term use and ownership, it's going to get by exceptionally well. Now, little details like that second awning on the face of that slide, the stable step entry system here, that huge pass-through, they've done some exceptional things here to make this a small but very, very highly equipped, high-level product out here. And as we step inside, you'll see more of that trend. Now, when I got inside of this, well, actually, when I looked at the floor plan print the first time I saw the 27RLTS Winnebago, I went, this just seems like another Me Too floor plan. Because there's a lot of brands that have a floor plan that's copied off the Cougar 28 SGS that we carry here. Or you might also know it as the Eagle HT 27.5. But, I mean, like everybody and their brother has a 27-foot rear living triple slide. So, at a glance at the model number and at the floor plan, I went, oh, I know what this is. This is just a copycat. And then I started really looking at it close, and I went, oh no, this is different. And it's done some great things. What I like about this is how much they got. They got a lot of this thing under 30 feet. It's like 29 foot 8 inches or whatever. They did good. So we're going to start kind of at the back and work our way forward. Compared to the Mini Pluses of previous seasons, now they've never had Mini Plus fifth wheels before now, so this is new. This replaces the Voyage, XLT or whatever, the Voyage Lite, not the XLT. They went with a little bit of a split two-tone decor. You've got a little bit darker living room and like bedroom, but you'll have lighter kitchen accents. And normally I'm not a fan of mixing the wood tones like this, but it works. And I think it works because the light cream is your predominant color, with your darker driftwood just being a bit of an accent, and it's not ever really overpowering. We'll come back to the kitchen. I said we'd start in the back. So this is a cool take on a rear dinette. Like, you don't see a lot of rear dinettes, and now that I've seen this, I think you'll see more. And I think it's because a lot of manufacturers can't get it out of their head that a dinette can be more than 7 foot wide. Most manufacturers build a 7 foot wide dinette, and that's where it stops. And these guys said, well, we can just throw an 8 foot dinette back there, and because it's 8 foot, it doesn't need to be 4 foot deep, and you can still sit 4 adults comfortably here. In point of fact, I think this is the most accessible U-dinette I've ever seen. Now, it doesn't sleep the potential of 2 people, but you know what? When it folds down and it's an 8 foot long bed, it is a true adult sleeper. Now, other little details I want to draw your attention to back here. You've got household and USB outlets pretty much anywhere you can sleep in this thing. Bedroom, kitchen, 2 sets on this back here. You've got 2 sets within the sofa slide cell. They've got, I don't know, 10, 12 USB plugs throughout this thing. That table is elliptical folding base. Obviously you can fold it down for a sleeper, you can make it a picnic table, but its mobile nature also means you can quickly slide this over here and it can become, ready for Greg in Michigan, the Dinofa. The dinette sofa, the Dinofa. One of our diehard viewers has coined that phrase. I have to give Greg in Michigan a shout out to that one. Thank you, Greg in Michigan. You know, without you viewers, guys, none of this would be happening. You folks have made us a big success, and I got to thank you for that real quick. So the entertainment center here, you may notice the TV's on a swing out. It can kick out a little bit. So if you want to really crank it and really face back at that rear dinette, you can do so. Now, more detailed stuff, the dinette side windows open for airflow. And that is an awesome thing right there, because that's an easily missed factor. A lot of brands that build rear living rooms with rear windows will fail to make your sofa side, or in this case, dinette side windows, airflow windows, but here they do. Now you've got all lumber core cabinetry, which means real wood with a wrap. It's all pocket screwed, and notice too they're using the nicer hardware here with the struts to hold that open. Now this is where it gets a little interesting. Now remember, I think I mentioned outside guys, and I probably put disclaimers all over the video, but this is not necessarily the one we have in stock. For instance, there could be different fabric interior decors, or you could have different furniture. Like right here, we went with the trifold sleeper sofa, but it's a bigger one. It's like the same sleeper sofa you find in the back of a wide-body luxury fifth wheel, because this is more than just a sofa slide. It's like a sofa and a half. So they went with a bigger sofa that actually fits. They didn't just leave dead space. Now there are other options. There's freestanding table and chairs, but it's like too big of a slide for that, in my view. It feels too big, like there's too much negative space. It looks naked and empty. There's, I believe, maybe a theater seat option. I'd have to do some more looking, because this is a new model, so I don't know its intrinsic nuances off the back of my hand, so to speak, and especially since I'm wearing thick mittens and gloves right now, I can't see the back of my hand, but hey, c'est la vie. What I do like is this is a residential style sofa too, so there is a little bit of storage under that. You can slide some board games or whatever under there, and they didn't waste an opportunity for cross breeze windows or overhead storage. Now they also nailed the island in this thing. It's wide open storage, and with a recessed stainless double sink, you've got plenty of prep space going on in this, and tell me that mirror-like finish on that just doesn't look dynamite. I do like now you have one little side swing-out pantry here. You do not have one on the other side. Also notice, too, your little outlets and whatnot right here on the island face, so it's easy to get to. Now, I touched on the entertainment earlier. Obviously, when you're sitting on the, like if I'm sitting over here on the Dinofa, as we're going to call it from now on, thank you, Greg in Michigan, you're just on Boardwalk and Park Place. What I also like about this is it's long. At the end of the night, at home, something I like to do is like, I'd throw a pillow down on that end there, and I'm long. I'm 6 foot plus, guys. I can lay down on this with a pillow under my head comfortably, and I would be straight on watching TV at night, because my wife goes to bed way before I do. You know, I'm a night owl. I stay up. It's what I do. A lot of you on YouTube have been like, Josh, don't you ever sleep? Why are you answering questions at midnight? And that's just what I do. Electric space heating fireplace, which is another thing you typically find in bigger models. Now, they do have all sorts of extra plugs and whatnot over here, so if you do want to do phone chargers or add on extra devices, you can. And there is, as my grandfather called it, the Baptist medicine cabinet back here too. I touched on the solid surface counters, but just to reiterate that real quick, man, they look good. That onyx looking with the gold flake looks really good. Everything in this is rich. That's what I like. Everything in this is simple, clean, and rich. Camping in a Winnebago RV is very much, I think, like fine dining at a very nice restaurant, where everything is simple, but every single component on your plate is well executed, and nothing is just left bare. Every single thing is touched. Like, this whole wall is a giant pantry. I mean, this whole wall, to give you an idea of the depth, let me get up here closer. These are serious cabinet spaces here, and you're only looking at half of it. I've got half of them closed right now, just to kind of give you an idea what it looks like open and closed. It's tons of storage on that entire wall right there. That leads us up to the bedroom. Now, there is one thing here I haven't figured out, and I'm not gonna lie, guys. I haven't got to where I am in life by being smart. So I need someone to tell me why there's a coax TV hookup right here next to your master control center in an area where you're probably not going to be mounting a TV. And the best answer I can figure is they put it here so it's easy to get to the antenna boost, but I do see an antenna boost under it, so I don't know. Real quick, did you notice the Fantastic fan, or whatever, the power ceiling vent fan right here? It's not the Fantastic fan brand, it's still a small fan, but it's powered. And it's, wall controlled to open and close that. That ceiling fixture is looking dynamite up there. I like that they're going with asymmetrical fixtures. It gives it shape and character. That's something I enjoy here. Moving upstairs. I promised one time long ago I would never start singing Moving On Up as I move upstairs into a RV again. And every single time the the desire to do so is there. This is a pretty standardized bathroom. There's nothing necessarily earth-shattering here, but once again, it's just very well executed. That easy entry radius door shower. Now you've kind of got dual linen cabinets because the right-hand cabinet we're looking at in that slide out in that extra drawer, it's technically in the bedroom, but it could easily be additional bathroom linen space. So you can see you got a dual entry bathroom. You've also got a very large vanity here. So I like that extra large mirror. Whether you're tall like me or shorter like my wife, you can see in here no problem. Another little thing I like, easily missed, is this open little alcove down there under that countertop. I love that they extended the countertop because it organically gives you a place to put things down there. Some people like to put a standing toilet paper holder. Some people are going to use that for, oh geez, I'm trying to find the word here. Wastebasket. I just totally blanked on that. And again, nicer fixtures, nicer stainless here. They could have gone with cheaper. They didn't. Now as we move up to the bedroom, one thing I want to point out is how every door is fully framed. Winnebago fully frames every door so that it maintains square. So that whether the jacks are down or not, this thing opens and closes nicely. You do have good storage under the bed here. If I take a knee and lift this up, you see, plywood. You're not going to find particle board and OSB in here. As my friends at Jayco like to call it, beaver puke. I love that phrase. That is just funny. So, we have made this RV in this video, we're looking at two options right here. First of all, we've added the bedroom TV. We'll come to that in a second, but this is 50 amp service, so if you do want to put a second air in here, you can. Now, this is typically how we're going to build a Mini Plus fifth wheel here at Haylett RV, but that doesn't mean every single one is going to be like that. Remember, there's always a link in the video description. So you've got his and hers full-length hanging closets that you can actually use. Plus you have all the hanging storage in the closet slide out over here. So you've really got 4 closet spaces. Plus each side stand has its own little drawer. And a neat little thing Winnebago does, because overhead shelves, I prefer overhead cabinets instead of just a shelf, other than the fact that Winnebago did something with this one. Winnebago put stuff up here. They put plugs. And it's actually deep enough you can put like a phone or an alarm clock or whatever you need. Now, this up here, let me see if I can get my left hand to do this with mittens on. There we go. You pop that, and it swings down. But notice, it doesn't just sit vertical. It sits on a bit of an angle. And what that creates is the ideal viewing angle when you're in bed. Now, if you want to kind of cheat it one way or the other, you can. But frankly, this big thing facing straight on with you, it is entertainment heaven when you're laying in bed. And because it's on an angle, it's not going to crank your neck. And you're not going to get neck cramps when you lay down at night. Because there's nothing like going to bed with a neck cramp and then waking up with a worse one because you didn't sleep good. Then you have a crabby bad day and nobody likes the crabbies. So, give us a call. Remember guys, there's different ways you can build this. Whether it's just, remember there's like 6 or 7 exterior colors, different interior decors, there's different furniture options. This is a highly personalizable, if that's a word, that's nerdism number 37, personalizable, which means customizable for your personal taste. There you go. Look that up in the Nerdism Definitionary number 37. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.